We're getting started on this project. This contractor's beginning the clearing of the lot process. Things I wanted to share of what makes, all these properties, this build-to-rent model work is relationships. These contractors, my general contractor who does the build, I almost want to call them partners because they are key components in these relationships and getting it done. So what he did was he had several contractors bid for the clearing and the lot preparation work. And those bids ranged from, on this lot, because it's a small lot, $9,000 down to this one being $7,500. So just those little things. He picked this contractor, actually had the bids done, and did the right contractor for $7,500, which he could have very well taken the very first bid at $9,000. Well, since he's a percentage of it, he did the right thing and picked that contractor that we've used before at the $7,500, and that saved, we had a budget of $9,000 on this. He saved me $1,500. Those are the little things of why I keep using him, and that you, if you're considering doing this, it's getting the right partners or the right general contractor that is doing the right things. In today's society, it's so hard to find, but finding those people are key to your journey. And this contractor we actually have used before and just gave us a great price on it. When I did the first walkthrough, I say flat, but flat's a relative term. This does have a little bit of a slope. It's about a couple feet slope on this one, which was a little more than the last one that we finished up and did the bid. It was about $800 more to do this because they're having to build up that pad for the foundation a little bit more with dirt. But, I just wanted to share the quality of relationships as you're doing this model, or heck, just buying and having good vendors when you need to do repairs. So those things are important, and I wanted to share the great thing with my builder, what he's done in the beginning stages of clearing this lot. Here we are now with the lots cleared. We've got the form boards up, and I'm going to walk over there and show you some things we're looking at. Even though you walk the lot and you think that it's relatively flat, you find out it's called shooting the grade, that it's a little bit more elevation than you thought. This one turns out to be closer to 3 foot of elevation from the front of the lot to the back. And what we did when we were grading the lot is also graded where the water flows from one corner to the side to the back right corner. And that is to make sure that the water doesn't flow straight into the house. But I thought I would share this, and I'm going to do a walkthrough here in a minute and just show you how steep the grade is and thinking through what one of the solutions would be. Just a little more information on the way we're grading it. On this corner here, we're going to raise it for the lawn a few inches, all the way up to about right in here. So we're channeling the water on the front over here to the far right side. But on this side, we're going to channel it in between these two houses right here. The other thing that we're going to do is, with this other builder of this other house beside us, ways, little things you can do to save costs. We're having to put in that retaining wall like we're talking about. And my general contractor and I talked to the builder, and he's got to do a retaining wall. We're going to partner with the same company that this guy has, this builder, and it's going to be all built at the same time. He says he can get some savings of several $100s. We're looking at a retaining wall that's going to cost, around $3,000. We're going to do it all together. And he thinks he can save us, each of us get some savings doing one big project of a few $100s. Plus we have savings We're not having to put up the silt fence, which we budgeted in $1,000. We're only, because we have the retaining wall up this way and on this corner over here, we're going to save about, we think about $800. These are the things you do, and I love these challenges as you're building. We're doing some other things with flooring and trying to save some money, but these are the fun challenges that I actually look forward to, of how can I do some other things through this project to make up the difference. So now I'm down to, if the savings is about $800 on silt fence, I'm only have an extra expense I didn't budget of $2,200. And I've already got some ideas. I was making some calls on the way over here with some things on flooring. I've already found some ways to save on flooring from the budget of about $2,000 just on flooring alone. So these are some of the things and the challenges, but partnering with this other builder, doing the retaining wall together, plus it'll look better using the same material, but getting some extra savings. One of the things that I want to explain, and I was thinking through it as I was doing the walkthrough, the form boards are the actual outline of where the foundation is going to be poured, and wanted to explain that for those that didn't understand what form boards were. One of the steps you have to get before you pour the foundation is called a form board survey. The reason being is they're trying to measure the distances on the sides and to the back, because cities have regulations on setbacks from the back into the side. So we want to make sure we get that exactly right with a surveyor before we pour the foundation, in case we have to make an adjustment. The other thing I want to share is we got the actual hard estimate from the retaining wall. So right now it's looking like $4,500, a little bit more than the $3,000 that we thought as we were there, but that's the hard number. We actually got them to come down. It was $4,800. They agreed to do it for $4,500. And really, that's a pretty good price for the amount of linear feet that they're going to have to pour on the back side and the up the side. So I love these challenges. We're looking still at around $230,000 for this build with that retaining wall that we weren't expecting. But I do have a contingency number. We're going to save on the silt fence. We had budgeted $1,200, probably going to use $200 of it. So we won't need it because we'll have that retaining wall for the other. So somewhere around $1,000 savings on that. I made a couple of calls on the way back here to the office, worked with a couple of suppliers already. I have room in different areas of the budget that I could make some adjustments, but trying to make adjustments that do not affect the quality. But I've already on the flooring made an adjustment, and that should save around $2,000. I have contingency. So I want to put this out there that right now the goal is we're at $230,000. I would love to see somewhere around $10,000 to $15,000 in savings throughout the process. And my goal is to be around $218,000, maybe if things go exactly right, $215,000. We will see. I want to put this out at the beginning in this process, but we've got quite a bit of time with lots of different vendors. So I love these challenges. There's going to be always something that comes up, and it's just how you respond and also how you factor in some of these things. I did in this budget. I made sure we had a little bit of flexible room with contingency and some other categories. But giving you this update and explaining what form boards are and doing a form board survey before we pour the foundation.